What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to our channel, and in this video we have a new update and a new event, the SD Gundam Gaiden. Wow, before I go into it, I have to say this is something I used to collect when I was younger, and I actually have this binder that I don't know where it is. It's probably at my parents' house, and I actually have the whole collection. Like, this is actually crazy. It reminds me of my childhood, and the detail that they put into this event, it's like all the art and everything, and there's all these like, I don't know what you call it. Back in the days when, we would call it like shiny card or whatever. Like this, the background right here, this is exactly how the card would look like. It's crazy. They just like actually make it so lively. It's so detailed. And if you play the event, well, if you haven't, okay, if you play the event doing the story mode, it felt like an RPG, like a different game. And I was so impressed with it, even though the event is still the same boring stuff. But then all the animation and stuff, they put in a lot of work. I don't even know if the developer actually was waiting for this moment to like impress us. Like the other events is the same mode. Like, yeah, we can like freak, SR, SSR units and stuff. But like this one, they definitely put in battle. Like, they did it. They did a good job. Okay, we are going to look at the new banner. Yeah, so there's a lot of new stuff. The new banner, we have this thing called linked. If you see linked, which means this pilot and the unit is linked together. You cannot split them. You cannot separate them. This pilot cannot be used on other units, which is cool. But honestly, as a free-to-play player, I don't think it's worth it to summon. It's because you're not getting a pilot and a unit. You're getting only one. So, the usage would be lowered by a lot. Anyway, so let's take a look at this UR support. Definitely strong, but not like crazy amazing. First, take a look at the ability. These are kind of whatever. Attack, defense plus 10%. Restore own HP and energy. Yeah, it's really good as a support. But honestly, you usually probably have a tank to guard for your supporter. So it's not like amazing. This is cool to have, but it's not like amazing. We'll quick look at the skill though. The skill wise, Mega Bazu, kind of whatever. A lot of units do have this. And the EX move right here, fortunate enough, is 5 range. And then this inflict defense down 35%. A lot of units can do that. You don't really have to get like a UR just to do that. And then we have something new debuff called decrease MP by 1. This is the only new one, but I don't know if it's worth for you to summon just for this debuff, unless you really like this series. Okay, so like stats wise, very very strong as a supporter, tanky enough, high attack, high HP, and it also gives a shield. But other than that, nothing like too amazing as for this unit. So summon at your own risk. But we're talking about Liu Bei. I think Liu Bei is really worth it. He's a very 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 strong DPS. First, you have 5 movement. The attack is crazy high, probably the highest you are right now with the ability. Because after the ability, right here, the passive, increase attack by 15%, and then a condition one right here, when you're 50% or lower, another 15%. And then rifle tag, advantage, but this only applies to PvP. Because you wouldn't, you still attack these units, but when do you really bump into them in PvE, right? Anyways, if you do fight against them, you get another 15%. We're talking about like 45% right here. So that plus that 45% right here, we're probably talking about like close to 18,000 damage, which is amazing. The only downside is that unfortunately his EX move is only 1 to 3 range. Same with this other one right here, 1 to 2 range, and you need to be closer to get the maximum damage. And this one right here, you need to have lower HP to get maximum damage. So these are kind of hard to trigger aside from PvP. Because PvE, usually you'll be pretty careful and not lose your health. But other than that, I think this is a crazy unit when it comes to damage. Definitely cool. And then we'll take a look at the pilot. So pilot comes in a set again. And very interesting, we have reduced damage taken, force guard on a DPS, and then attack burst and sway. So you have some of the best skills that a pilot can ask for. And how do you say it? So it's not a glass cannon, it's like a strong DPS that can take hits and hits super hard. And then not too sure why again they put, you know, only if you ride this pilot, only this pilot riding this unit, you'll get this ability. But honestly, you're linked into it. You can't even ride these one. You're linked into it, so there's no point of, you know, showing this. It's just, I guess they got lazy, right? And then increase melee by 20%, increase own damage dealt by 20%. So all that added with the unit, you're doing crazy damage. The melee is, I think this is the highest UR melee attack that you have right now. So definitely very strong. And I'm not even going to talk about the supporter. The supporter is not like amazing, but you get it, you get it. And a nice Sazabi right here. This tank, I think this tank is also very amazing. It should be at UR level. So if you look at the defense, it's very high. The ability is also very good. Tanky. Reduce beam damage. But the thing that impressed me the most is the weapon. Well, this one is whatever. But this one, the funnel right here, 5 range debuff for attack down debuff. Like 5 range, I think this is the only unit right now. The rest are all 4 range. Attack down 30%, you will use this unit a lot when it comes to Eternal Road against those bosses. Like attack down 30% is huge. And now we look at the pilot right here. I think this is, well, standard. But then defense is pretty high. The ability is kind of, you know, standard. But right here, you get 2 guard for a SSR character. So I think this is huge, honestly. So yeah, but honestly, free to play, I wouldn't recommend summoning on this banner. It's just because you're not getting a lot of unit. But the one we had before, the impulse one, the force impulse and high new, that one was worth it. There were so many units you can summon. But now, who knows? From what I know, this should be limited. But if it's not, then, you know, my mistake. Then you guys can summon later if you want. But yeah, definitely, I like it. So I'm gonna summon. It's just because this is something I used to collect when I was a kid. So this is something you know, brings back my childhood memory. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. And the event units, these 3, they're all very strong. These are definitely worth it. Very strong tank right here. Well, also linked, and also gives you 2 support. So you don't have to summon nice Sazabi. This guy does a good job already. Good enough, and it's free. This guy right here is also a very good support, and it's also free. This one is kind of whatever, because the strongest attack is at 1 range. Okay, and you need to have really high HP. So this one is whatever, but they are free, and I think these 3 are worth building. Eventually, well, not eventually, I should say hopefully, they will add a Eternal Road stage for this SD Gundam Guy 10. Then you can, you know, just use this to pass or clear the challenge. I think that would be pretty cool. Alright guys, good luck with your summoning, and I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy this event, and I will... Yeah, I don't know if I want to use all my diamonds to summon it, but I'll definitely use maybe 10,000 and see who I get. Peace.